randomized drug testing of the TTC employees make you feel safer when you ride the subway or take a streetcar?
No.
Yes, but on the other hand, I kind of feel like from a personal privacy perspective, I mean, we don't just do that at other places as well.
I think for sure it'd make me feel safer. It is good to know that they are taking responsibility.
TTC management says that its workforce has a substance abuse problem and it wants to implement random testing in order to keep riders safe. That from happening. However, experts tell us what this case actually comes down to is not necessarily the law, it's science. The allegations are serious enough to stop most riders in their tracks. That drugs and alcohol use is a significant problem within the TTC. To protect the public, management wants to bring in random testing. Is there a substance abuse problem in the TTC?
No. The very short answer is no. The TTC has not demonstrated that in any way.
Trying to stop the random testing, Amalgamated Transit Union Local 113. It's seeking an injunction to stop the policy that was slated to take effect tomorrow. The TTC already performs testing if there is reasonable cause to believe an employee is impaired. The commission says out of 11,000 tests already done, there were 291 cases of concern. Yet it is the proactive approach the union takes issue with, and the swab test the TTC uses to prove an employee is impaired by drugs.
What's important to really focus in on is these swabs are inconclusive. The science world does not accept a level for impairment. It's unclear what levels would determine impairment at the testing.
Something that both the law and the feds are currently struggling with. A federal task force on the legalization of marijuana recently pointed out that even as of right now, there is no reliable, proven roadside test for marijuana intoxication. That may just be the critical test in this two-day injunction hearing, say these employment lawyers.
For alcohol testing, we have reached the technology where we can say that accurately we're measuring current impairment. If you're breathing over a certain level on the breathalyzer, then clearly you're intoxicated and you're not fit, depending on what that threshold is. However, when we contrast that to drug testing, it could just measure substances that have been left over in your system for several days.
The TTC would not comment on the case while it's before the courts. The mayor, however, says random testing is something he can get on board with.
There's a fine balancing act that has to go on between people's civil rights and between public safety. And in this case, I would opt for the choice being made in favor of public safety.
Now, the two-day hearing is expected to wrap up tomorrow. However, the judge is not expected to make an immediate ruling. Now, as I mentioned, that this policy was supposed to come to effect tomorrow, March 1st. However, the TTC has since pushed it back a month to allow this proceeding to conclude.